In this session, Mr. Obert. Mr. Obert is given 1 hour to present or to demonstration about the transforming education through Microsoft framework. Please welcome Mr. Obert. The time and the floor is yours.
Yes. Okay, a very good afternoon to everyone coming to this workshop. If you see on the screen, you will find a QR code, and if you scan it, it will link you to open up a translator app on your mobile, and you can listen to my message on your translation app. So if you want to comment, if you want to make suggestions, you can type it there, or you can record your voice there. So this is one of the tools I am demoing across my presentation. This is what we call a PowerPoint translator. So please excuse my headset. I'm not here as your music DJ. I'm here to use this for translating my presentation to Indonesian. So this app is one of the newest add-in in PowerPoint, whereas you can speak in a different language and have it translated into another language. Makes it easier. Rather than having a simultaneous interpreter, this would come in handy if you don't have that resource. So, going on to my topic today, I will be talking about education transformation in the digital era. So, this is something very commonly discussed in many levels, in many events, many activities. How do we transform, especially for the education industry, the education landscape? So earlier today, we saw this slide in Don Carlson's presentation, where he mentioned about the need for education transformation, and we have this framework from Microsoft. So there are so many pillars, so many elements. The big question now is, where do we start? How do we start? Or where to start and where to end? What to end? So out of these pillars, we have 16 sub-themes. You can choose which one you want to start. You can take any one, and you don't have to do everything all at once. Trust me, you don't want to do everything all at once. Nobody can do it immediately. So let's take one step at a time. So for this demo, I will discuss more on the modern teaching and learning aspect rather than the other sides. So moving on, I believe we have more teachers in the room. So I believe you should be familiar with what's called Bloom's taxonomy, and probably what you are familiar with is the classical Bloom taxonomy theory. Whereas lately I came across so many variations of digital Bloom's taxonomy. And this is one of the versions that I find it quite interesting, because we speak from the lowest level of remembering, going up to understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and up to creating. It's very easy when we just read, find resources from the internet, we plug it into our learning materials, send it to our students, that's it. What will they learn? What will they do? Can they do something? Can they do beyond remembering? What if we can push them to make them create their knowledge and provide you with that content? So don't expect the students just to read, memorize, do your test, that's it. Challenge them to create their own content so they can show they understand certain things. My youngest daughter just turned 3 last Saturday. Amazingly, she could do much more things compared to her 2 elder sisters. So before even she was 3 years old, she could mention all colors, all basic colors. She can mention numbers from 1 to 5. She even remembers more Indonesian kids song compared to her elder sisters. My eldest daughter is 10. She barely knew like less than 5 songs. This one knows like 15, 20 of them, and she could sing it every day. Thanks to digital information that she finds every single day, she could do it. If she is just told to read or to watch movie, it's nothing new for her, and it's not exciting anymore. So let's aim to create content for them. Now, the big challenge here, okay, let me share a case study, and this is, I think, something typical that many of us in the room are facing every day. We have a typical schedule of a teacher, whereas you teach 24 periods a week. Normally, some might teach more than that, some might need to teach 28 periods, some might need to teach 30. I know some of my colleagues is teaching 36 hours or 38 hours a week. She does advising the student council, English club advisor. She does all these things. Now, these are the challenges that she faces every single day. And I think this represents most of us here. We have tons of things to do. We have stacks of assignments to be graded. And you tend to spend too much time only to grade them. Either you do your lesson plan, exam paper, examining them, grading them, making report. Then when you have all these digital materials, you tend to keep it on your flash drives. Because if you store it in your hard drive, it gets run out of space very quickly. Either way, when you lost your flash drive, that's it. You don't have it anymore. And this is a classic problem up till now. Students cheat during quiz or exams or everything else. And these are the top 5 only of the other problems. And these are the same problems. Not enough time to create your materials. Many of the students ask the same thing, though we told them this is how you do it. After 5 minutes, how do we do it? 2 minutes after that, the same question over and over again, or during the next lesson. And sometimes the biggest challenge is this: students who got sick often left behind. This is something that we cannot control. Even the students cannot control themselves. The other time, my daughter had chickenpox, so she couldn't go to school for 2 weeks. And there's nothing we can do. It's not her fault. The schools just stopped for a while, but she had to catch up so many things. While in that 2 weeks, she couldn't do anything. She was just resting at home. She was not allowed to come to school, but she was still feeling okay. She could just do all her activities. So that's the challenge. And so many other things. Now, so when we try to identify these problems, so we see that, okay, there are a few things that could be focused upon. So when we talk about stacks of assignments, asking the same thing, students get left behind when they are sick, it falls under documents and communications. Grading student works, cheating, that goes under assignments, quizzes, assessment. Now, losing your flash drive means what? Security, mobility. You need to store your device, your files safely, accessible everywhere easily. And sometimes teachers, like it or not, you don't always work in schools. Yes, you need to be in school, say from 6:30 in the morning until 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Your work doesn't stop there. I was a teacher myself, I was a teacher 18 years ago. I remember bringing home piles of books, piles of papers, exam papers, test papers, lesson plans. And I just had to bring it home. I couldn't do it in school. I didn't have enough time. So we want to work anywhere. How do we do that? We need to have a platform that provides you security and mobility. Plus, the challenge is, how do we make things easier when you create your content? Nowadays, I learned this from my daughter. When you have a newborn baby until she's 3 or 5, she tends to like to play videos or play something interactive. And that's how they learn in school anyway. It's only when they grow up and they go to primary school, it stops. My daughter, who is in primary, has so many textbooks, so many papers, and it's all written, and it's just not fun for her anymore. I'm making a bet with my wife now. My youngest one wants to go to school every single day. She hasn't started schooling. She wants to start school. But my wife told me, yeah, you want to go to school now, but wait till you're in primary, where your sisters are now. They don't feel like going to school. If they can skip school, they want to skip school. Because it's just so boring for them. There's no more playing, there's no more fun activities. So why don't we change that and make things fun again, make it more interesting and more lively for everyone. So how do we create things easier, and how do we learn from each other? So if we classify this, we have a few solutions to solve these problems. And these solutions are based on several apps that probably many of us have heard or have seen, or you may have heard it upstairs in our booth. So we are using applications such as, say, to create content, we use PowerPoint. PowerPoint seems to be the thing to go for the past, I think, 5-8 years. Everybody creates PowerPoint, but how do you create your PowerPoints? I've seen in schools in different areas, even in the big cities, whereas teachers use PowerPoint as a digital whiteboard. So what they do is that they project the screen. They still have students write their notes based on those PowerPoints. We can create much more with PowerPoint. I will give you a demo after this. How do we create content and how do we utilize PowerPoint to make things more lively and more entertaining? And this is one of the examples. I'm using PowerPoint translator add-in to make things more interesting. Imagine if you can teach a different language, a second language, or a foreign language to your students using this translator tool. You can talk in a language that they understand, or you can invite a native speaker to talk and have it translated immediately. So they can learn, they can assess themselves whether they understand correctly or not. And this translator tool is powered by artificial intelligence and machine learning, meaning it will learn on how you speak, on how you pronounce things, and it will read based on the content of the material and will translate accordingly. So not just taking word by word translation, but it tries to give the whole context to the translation. So security and mobility, we have a few files here. We have OneDrive, we have SharePoint. For assignments, we have we have Excel and Microsoft Forms. In one school in Jakarta, a few months back, we tried to run about 1,200 students taking exam all at once using forms. And we are currently testing it in one of the schools in a regency in Central Java. 1,300 students taking exam all at once. All digital, so teachers do not need to correct or to grade the students' papers. Everything is populated immediately. Then we can create documents and communicate with each other using Microsoft Teams and OneNote. Okay. So these are all under Office 365. It's a very comprehensive tool. You just need to sign up for one and you get everything and many more of this. What I'm showing you now is the current apps that we have at the moment. If you sign up for it, if you have it in your own school, you may expect more things to come up in the very near future. I don't know what things will come up because so many things just keep coming up and keep being added by Microsoft. If you use this, teaching and learning can happen anywhere, any place, anytime, using any device. So you can use laptop, you can use a tablet, you can even use your mobile phone. Trust me, these days, kids have gadgets. One way or another, they will find gadgets, and they hold on to that more than they hold on to your lessons. That I can guarantee. That's how my daughter survived. One way or another. I have no idea how she survived it, but that's how she does things every day. So it's very easy. You can get your own name with your own school domain, and you can have all those applications immediately. So what you need to do is just to click here, sign up for aka.ms/getoffice365, and you can sign up. You can try it in your own schools. Office 365 is a institution-based solution. So you just need to have a school domain, sign up for it, register, and then you can have accounts for each and every teacher and student and staff and everyone in your school to use it, and you can collaborate. So let me try to show you a couple of demos on how we can make things more interesting. Okay, so I don't think I can be a DJ and demo Paint 3D all at once. Okay, so how many of you have used Paint in Microsoft Windows? Have heard, have used, have created your own images? Okay. Have you heard Paint 3D app? Okay, so Paint 3D is an app that comes with Windows 10. If you have Windows 10, what you need to do is just to update them and go find it from the Microsoft Store. You download it, and you can have a Paint 3D app. So the Paint 3D app works like this. So, okay, let me. Just find Paint 3D app. When you open it up, it will look something like this. Looks like the same old canvas. You can draw. Okay. Disclaimer first. I don't do well in drawing. My daughter draws much better than I do. So don't complain if this looks ridiculous. It's just me. It's not the tool, it's not the app, it's just me. I can't draw. So say we draw this. Okay, this is something that Paint can do. So let's try doing something differently. Why don't we try doing a 3D shape? So this is a 3D shape. That you can rotate and even look at its indent. You can create so many things. So let me try to draw a Nemo fish. I tried this just now. It looks okay. Again, I'm not an artist. Tried, failed, and will not work for it. Okay. Now, once we got this, we can add stickers. Then we can change its color. I'm not good at this. Nemo fish stripes. Oh, that's just
Oh, great.
okay. Kind of like, yeah. Okay, that was okay. Okay, my daughter can create an aquatic landscape that resembles like an aquarium or sea. I can't do that. Don't make me do that. You will be stuck here and you will skip lunch because of me. So let's not do that. Now, what's interesting about this is that okay, we have 3D applications quite a lot lately. You have 3D images everywhere. Now the question is, what else can you do with those 3D except to show them? And you still ask them, okay, try to imagine that here. You can see it's visual. How do you imagine that in your real life? So here we have what we call mixed reality from Microsoft. So what it does, that mixed reality uses cameras, built-in cameras from the machine. Okay. So that will make everyone excited. Even I can make you guys excited here, though it's time for lunch. I'm the only one between you and lunch. But you will see the excitement. This is what we try to transform. Your learnings should be entertaining, should be fun, and it goes to all levels. I'm not just saying this works only for primary students, even university level students, even teacher trainings would be much more fun and exciting if we can see something real, something that can be represented in our real life. So this is just one example of Nemo, but say for vocational students, if you produce a table or if you produce a chair, you would like to see if that design works in a room setting like this, or how should it fit, or what design would fit better, rather than telling them, okay, you design, then you think whether it fits or not. You can actually bring it to life and show it, okay, this does not make sense here, the size is too big, the size is too small, and so on. So it gives new meaning to real experiential learning, instead of just making things like, okay, you try this and you imagine. It brings things to life. So that's one element. We have much more features. Now the second part that I want to show you is how it's being implemented in PowerPoint. So, okay, I won't take that Nemo picture. I'm not too proud of drawing things myself. So let's take an example of a Hubble telescope. We can find lots of 3D pictures available on the internet. Many of them are for free, and many of them are of very high quality with very detailed images and specifications. So, in PowerPoint, we can turn things around. So when you put it in, so I always tell this is like a Harry Potter newspaper, where you can actually see things moving inside rather than just reading static comments. What's exciting here is that when you embed this in PowerPoint, you can make it much more alive rather than just having a regular transition. So when we talk about this space telescope, we want to talk in more details. What are the components? It has a solar panel, it has a communications antennas, it has an aperture door, its dimension. It's up to you how you want to create a lively experience. This will excite people. This will make things more interesting for anyone at any age. That I can guarantee you. You can save this, combine it with PowerPoint translation. Things becomes more interesting and interactive. Furthermore, you can also edit videos in PowerPoint. It has a very solid video editing tools. Not so much of effect, but it's enough for us. So imagine you create 3D content, you create a video, combine it, edit it, add your own narration, save it as a video, and you can just share it with your students or with anyone. Make it more interesting, make it more alive, rather than just having static 2D presentation. You know, our kids live in a video era. They learn through videos, they learn through music videos and everything. If we just give them content on whiteboards, it's not interesting at all for them. And sadly, I'm saying this because I see this on many classrooms. many of the digital classrooms also still have 2D contents. Basically just a digital whiteboard, a very expensive digital whiteboard, and it doesn't use anything. Even for the testing, it's still paper and pencil, not so much of a digital assessment, or how do you actually measure the understanding of the students, not just their ability to memorize things. So I will stop here for a while, because if I go on, I have plenty of things, and trust me, you will get lunch and dinner all at once. Okay. So, is there any questions that you would like to ask? Yes. Okay.
I see. It's okay, or I stand up. Okay. Thank you so much about your presentation. I'm so and interested about your presentation, but I want to know, you can demonstrate about how to combine video with your PowerPoint, because the teacher needs about that, and then how the teacher can access about your program. Okay? Give detailed information about yours. Okay, thank you so much.
Any other questions? Let's collect 3 questions first.
Please mention your name and the institution.
Okay, thanks for the chance. My name is Agung Wisnu. I'm a physics teacher in SMA Negeri Bali Mandara in North Bali. My question is, maybe almost of us here as a teacher already install some of Microsoft program on our laptop or computer or PC, but sometimes we don't know how to use it properly. It's just like a good stuff for a stupid user. Just like that. And my question is, do you have just like a MOU or a program to share your experience to other educator, just like teacher or student in the school, how to use it, how do you pull up each program in our Windows, and about how to use PowerPoint properly, just like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Hobbit. Mr. Hobbit, yeah. Sorry. Yes, Mr. Microsoft. That's a nice presentation. Then, yeah. I'm a teacher, and then I would like to apply actually what you have done just now, but the problem is how to, because you are too fast in explaining them. And yeah, I think, or maybe as you said it, lunch and dinner will be at once then, yeah. But if you have something in your maybe flash disk or what, we can do to swallow it, yeah, right? The swallow. to have it, to copy it. Thank you, Mr.
Okay. Interesting questions. Those are almost the same. Okay. Let me give you a very brief demo on how to add a video in PowerPoint. So if you add okay, so if you have PowerPoint, just open up the latest PowerPoint and you can insert here okay, you can create your own script recording. So for example, if you would like to teach your student on how to make say you want to teach them on how to make paint 3D, okay, just select this area, start record it. Say you add something up. Okay, let's say we add a mouth here. Okay. Then we stop it. So it's automatically in. Oops. It plays when you run it. Okay, I think this laptop needs lunch as well. But basically that's how you do it. You can just insert it, add your own videos. You can record your own videos, talking or audio. You can add it and then share it to everyone. So it's just like a learning package. Now, for the second question, how to access training programs and what are the programs that we have. So, in this room, I also have a few teachers from our communities that we call Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts. Those of you, can you please stand up? The MIEs, can you please stand up? Everyone stand up. So, if you would like to learn about how you can do this, you reach out to them. They have been helping us train teachers all over the country. They literally travel across countries. Buanas is from Surabaya, Pak Mansur comes from Sidrap, which is 5 hours away from Makassar. We have Eastern Java, we have people from Central Java and everywhere. Contact them. They can tell you how to learn these things. They can teach you how to use it for your classroom setting. Rather than us coming, because we are IT professionals, we can tell you how to use the products, but we don't know how to implement that in your classroom. And everyone has a different scenarios. So please contact them. They are very resourceful. They can travel literally anywhere in the country. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
My name is Hayati from Jakarta. In my institution, we will make a program for blind students. My question is, does Microsoft have facilities for blind students, like audio test, maybe, like audio test program?
Okay. So Microsoft has included many tools for accessibility. So students and users with, let's say, impaired vision or limited vision or completely no vision, there are different tools. It's just me who is not completely aware on how to use it, but there are the tools that you can use. Say, I remember there's one tool that can help people with limited vision, so it can enlarge and brightens or even simplify the colors. So instead of having so many colors, you just come up to basic colors. You can do that. And there are a few applications that can help students with learning difficulties as well, and can narrate or dictate materials that's printed on screen instead of having to read on. So there are so many things here. Any other questions? Yes.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Niputu Ikusumadewi. I'm from SD Negeri 19 20 Denpasar. There are two things that I will ask you. The first one is, if I would like to tell you that in my school I have Windows 10. I buy touch screen, but we don't know how to use it. We can use it, but the program inside, we don't know how to operate that, especially Paint 3D and mixed reality. In my school, I will buy maybe a new laptop to apply this Paint 3D and mixed reality. And then could you give me a specification of Windows 10 that I will buy? Approximately, maybe not the maximum price, maybe the minimum price, because the box is not too huge enough to cover the laptop. And then it's the first one. Could you give me the specification of laptop or computer should I use so my students in my school can do Paint 3D and mixed reality? The second one, Office 365. Yesterday I come to Microsoft booth. I asked the staff there, and then she told me that I have to pay approximately $2 a month. Is it $2 a month per teacher, if I'm not mistaken? I give maybe the same question as the teacher in Bali Mandara. Could we have MOU with the Microsoft so we get the free trial for the Microsoft 365, and then can Microsoft educate us in Denpasar or in Bali or in whole over Indonesia to work on Office 365? Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? Any other questions?
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, my name is Luki Emilia Hidayat from SMK Negeri 10 Malang. I saw that your company, Microsoft, has already done some CSR program through teachers. You have appointed some teachers that will teach us how to use some Microsoft programs. And what I'd like to ask is, how about for the students? Have you ever done directly do something CSR program to our students? Relating it to that, I am a vocational high school teacher. We have computer programming and networking department or majors. Maybe you can offer something that can train or accelerate our students, because we also have some link and match program with industries or companies like yours. Thank you.
Okay, one more. The last one. That's right. Ibu, tadi ada pertanyaan? Ya. The one with
Okay, thank you. My name is Kadek Citrawati. I'm from Lumpur, Bali. I'm very interested in the demo that you have presented just now. And actually, I don't know about that yet until now. Now, that's very interesting to apply the digital application to the PowerPoint that we are going to use in teaching. And my question is, do you have any application that can be used for assessing the students. Okay, because maybe the media is using the process, but and we have to make evaluation or assessment to the student. And I hope that Microsoft provide us with that kinds of application so that we as the teacher can use it well in school. My suggestion is maybe the same like other teachers, child teachers now, that can Microsoft hold kinds of training to the teachers, to the school maybe, to make us as the users of the software can understand more and use it properly in our daily lives. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I got a question. So, very interesting questions. Okay, if I were to answer what specs of hardware to purchase, that is not exactly my domain, but what I can tell you is that Windows 10 will work with any device with any specification. So I tried using, okay, this Lenovo device is quite powerful. Again, this may not be the right device for the school level, but there are several types of Lenovo products that can be accessible and it's quite affordable for the schools that has pen inking capabilities. That's what we focus on. If it has inking capabilities, you can create 3D images easier. I'm not saying you cannot do it without a touchscreen. Yes, you can. It is a bit more challenging. That's all. So you can use any device. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a Core i7. It could be a Core M or even a Pentium processor. You can still draw 3D images. Now, what I would recommend is that you subscribe for Office 365. Yes, we have several different subscription models. So there is a free version of Office 365 that everyone can apply. Basically, you go to my earlier presentation, aka.ms/getoffice365. What you need is simply a school domain. You can sign up and you can use it for free. You can get this for free. Now, when you asked earlier, there's a $2 subscription fee. Now that depends on what programs you need, because Office 365 starts from 0, but it can go all the way to become a very sophisticated platform where you can make phone calls from any device you have with Office 365 subscription, and you can make phone calls to any parts of the world. So us in Microsoft, when we travel abroad, we just bring our phone, and when we have Wi-Fi connectivity, we can call home or can call anywhere in the world using mobile without paying international fee. So that depends on what type of subscription you need. If you need desktop application as well, there's a version that allows you to use desktop applications in any platform. You can use for tablet, Windows machines, even mobile applications. So that's one. And the trainings. I would suggest you talk with the teachers here they can help you, because if you come to me, I will go back to them as well and ask for their availability. They're also teachers like you, so chances are the only times that they can train are the same times you can learn. And please be considerate, meaning what we try to do lately is using train-the-trainer model. Rather than having them to come and train your school only or your group or your communities only, try to have more people and get yourself as a trainer instead of just a user. Why? We can never reach enough places if we go one by one and train them ourselves. We tried that and it's just not working. Because we train the trainer, we will accompany you, you will teach somebody else. That usually gives more power to your own learning. You will remember it because you have to teach others, and you can create new things because you need to teach others as well. That turns out to be more effective. So if you want to invite them, try to gather up your, say, colleagues, say from the NP or from your schools or from the surrounding schools, so you learn at once, and you can teach those in their own schools. That would be more effective and more efficient model. Now, with regards to vocational school, okay, you may want to talk with Bu Anas here. She is also a teacher in vocational school in Surabaya, and she also teaches in IT-based vocational school. So there are a few programs. Microsoft has what we call Microsoft Imagine Academy. So it's basically a set of curriculum on pretty much everything from our office products up to programming materials. You can just subscribe and utilize it for your learnings and get your students certified. That's the biggest challenge for vocational school. Your high school degree or your vocational school diploma may not mean much for companies. Industry recognized certificates are valued more. Even for high school graduates, even for university graduates, it's hardly matter now. Industries prefer to see certifications because it shows your competence, it's being recognized, it's being certified, and it's being validated rather than academics only. So Imagine Academy is a subscription to Microsoft, but you just need to subscribe one for the whole school. Makes it easier. Now, on the last question on application to assess the students, we do have a couple of applications that you can use to assess students' performance. We demo it upstairs in the booth. Just please come up and ask. So in simple, we have Microsoft Forms. You can use that to create short quizzes or assessment or even like just a quick survey. You can use that. And we are developing an app to lock the students' devices when they do take those tests, those exams. Students tend to cheat using whatever platform. The same thing happens. They will try to find their cheat sheets, their ways to cheat.